We are here today to continue the fight for our reproductive rights in the United States. The recently leaked draft of the U.S. Supreme Court opinion indicates that they are prepared to end the constitutional rights of individuals to an abortion by overturning Roe v. Wade. This is an outrage. Since the Roe v. Wade ruling nearly 50 years ago, the constitutional right to abortion has been repeatedly under attack by those who wish to exercise their own rights and privileges over our bodies. As a matter of fact, the majority of U.S. residents support Roe v. Wade. As the only woman currently serving on the Montgomery County Council, I felt it to be my duty to sponsor a council resolution in support of Roe v. Wade, which my colleagues unanimously adopted this morning. Pregnancy is a private and personal decision, and it must remain so. Access to quality, safe, and affordable reproductive health services must be protected. Black, Indigenous, and people of color will be disproportionately affected by a ban. Of course, since BIPOC communities experience higher poverty rates, many will have harder times traveling to a state where abortion is legal. On the other hand, Maryland health officials and clinics may not be prepared for a sudden influx of people traveling here for safe abortion services. I call on Governor Hogan, and I know my colleagues feel the same way, to release the $3.5 million approved by the Assembly to train nurse midwives, physician assistants, and others to perform abortions. We cannot further put in jeopardy the vulnerable populations that need these supports.
This law is one of many few that have allowed and benefited BIPOC communities that have students such as myself, low-income students who worry about tuition and fear for their futures. This law has allowed us control over our bodies, a right that has unfortunately not always been present and afforded to us.
I want to be blunt about this. I'm more shocked and outraged that the justices who are sitting on the Supreme Court lied before Congress and claimed this was settled law and the law of the land, and they weren't going to reverse it. That's what outrages me, even more than the leak. I never expected this country to return to an era where women had to break the law and risk their lives to simply practice family planning. We are not going to go back to the era of coat hangers. We're not going to go back to abortions performed in dark alleyways. We are not going backwards. Not going to go backward in Maryland. We're not going to go backward in Montgomery County. Today, with Councilmember Navarro's support, I'm proud to announce that the county will be creating a $1 million fund to ensure access will increase for all who need it. This funding will ensure that nonprofit providers in our county and assisting organizations will be able to serve the growing need by assisting with wraparound services to those who are accessing abortion services, to providers, as well as to those who choose to have children, providing grants to organizations in the county that provide abortion services, support organizations focused on comprehensive family planning, reproductive health, and maternal health, and provide aid to organizations that are fighting legal battles on behalf of women.